EG has apparently come to the right podcast. He asked, why does no one care Isaiah Hartenstein had a higher PER, true shooting percentage, and assist percentage than James Harden while Hartenstein was in a bench role, when the only other players to do that in NBA history are Curry, KD, and Jokic? I didn't even know that that was a thing, so I apologize for not caring for that. I do think there's something to Hartenstein being underrated. The fact he had to fight for a roster spot in LA in the first place, still wild to me. I look at these numbers, they're more specific, but I think they're a snapshot of his value. He was coming off the bench for LA. His role was expanded as the season went on, just as a situational passer on the move, someone who was able to protect the rim for them. He had some range to his game. I think he's capable of expanding his three-point touch, even if his release isn't the quickest. But numbers that stand out to me, opponent shot 47.5% against Isaiah Hartenstein at the rim last season. That's the best mark allowed by 163 players to challenge at least 150 shot attempts at the rim. Hartenstein's 19.3 assist rate ranked sixth among all centers who averaged 15 or more minutes per game last season. That's a big friggin' deal. While he isn't what you'd term an explosive lob threat, he can definitely finish tough catch and shoot lay-ins through contact and even above the rim. They're just not going to be these thundering dunks. I'm more impressed by his touch just beyond the point blank range. He downed 14 of his 33 point attempts. That's a 46.7% clip, and found nylon on almost 59% of his floaters. He was 55 of 93 on floaters. Non-star centers are generally considered replaceable and seldom generate a ton of fanfare. This is someone who would not shock me to see that he's graduated from mid-level exception territory to full mid-level exception territory. And if it's a shorter deal, is there a team that's willing to offer him more that has cap space? And maybe it's just 2 years and they've inflated it, or it's 3 years or something. He has been that good, and I think he's a starting center in the NBA and definitely one of the most underrated players from this past season, one of the most underrated free agents heading into this summer. I think he's a starting center in the NBA and definitely one of the most underrated players from this past season.